Hey guys, so I wanted to give my thoughts about TikTok, TikTok as a platform, what it means to me. Obviously, over the weekend, right, January 19th, or actually January 18th, Saturday, January 18th, the platform essentially shut down for a period of 12 hours due to the ban on TikTok that was signed into law. And so let me, I guess, you know, I kind of wanted to reflect on the platform itself, what it's done for me and what it means to me. I know there's obviously millions of other Americans that were affected by this ban. As of the date of recording, TikTok is technically still up and running, but we'll see what's going to happen in the next couple of over the period of the next 75 days. Right, Trump just signed an executive order. I'll get into that a little bit later in the video. But TikTok for me, I started TikTok, I think towards the end of 2023. I started recording, just on my phone. I had the print farm, the 3D print farm in the basement of my home. And I, always was somebody who consumed content on, TikTok for a period of a year prior to that. So I always consumed content on TikTok. I saw and I was inspired by a lot of 3D printing creators on TikTok. People who are successful with selling things on TikTok and other, content creators around the 3D printing community. So it was at that time, right, towards the end of 2023, when I decided to take a stab at social media, and really that's when I started recording content and putting content out on TikTok, on that platform. And it was a fun and interesting time. But TikTok really for me was the platform that I started my social media journey. It gave me the confidence to continue posting on TikTok. And so TikTok actually was probably the reason why I started my YouTube channel. It gave me the opportunity to start my Skool community as well. I don't think any of this would have been possible without TikTok. I was doing a little bit with Instagram here and there, but really not too much. I think it was more of TikTok and the community aspect of it, the engagement that I was getting on my videos, replying to comments, and just showing people the back end of what I do to run and operate a print farm, showing off some cool 3D prints that I was printing at the time. And then, ironically, my first TikTok account was actually banned from TikTok Shop. I don't exactly know why, but that account was restricted. It got like a 24-point violation at one point. I didn't even sell anything on the account. And so that happened around, I think, November or December of 2023, when I tried to sell on TikTok Shop as a seller, and my account got restricted. And I was doing research. Basically, they were saying that after like 60 days, the violations would fall off your account. So I ended up emailing support back and forth like 50 different times. Nothing materialized from that. I waited the 60 days. Even after 60 days, I still had the 24-point violation on my account, and so I couldn't sell anything on my TikTok Shop account, on my main account. And I had like 15,000 or 10 to 15,000 followers, I forgot, on there. And I couldn't sell. So even after the 60 days, the violations didn't fall off. And so I was emailing support back and forth again, and they just couldn't do anything with my account. So it was around, that was probably around like March, April of 2024. And at that point I was like, whatever, I just won't sell on TikTok Shop. I'll just focus on the other platforms that I was selling on, Amazon, Etsy, Walmart, eBay. And I kind of gave up with TikTok Shop. And then it was towards the summer of 2024 when I was like, you know what, let me try this again. And I created basically an entirely different TikTok account, primarily for selling products. So that account, so I have two TikTok accounts. One is just my like content creation account. The other one is my TikTok Shop account that I use to actually sell some of the things that I 3D print on TikTok Shop. And basically from the period of June or July of 24 all the way till now, I've generated over $100,000 in GMV on the platform. through numerous ways, working with affiliates, running sponsored ads on my videos. So it's definitely been a lucrative platform. However, with that being said, TikTok was a very, if I were to look at TikTok as a platform and also comparing it to my other platforms like Etsy and Amazon, I did spend a lot more money on TikTok because I was spending more money on advertising, I was spending more money on affiliates, I was spending money on promoting affiliates' videos and also paying the affiliates commission. So the $100,000 in GMV, it quickly shrunk, right? My net profit margin on that 100,000 was probably like 15 to 20%, which compared to my other platforms is very low. It's not, I mean, it's still not bad for what I was doing. But anyways, yeah, TikTok, like I said, I probably wouldn't be here on YouTube without TikTok. I probably wouldn't have started my Skool community without TikTok. I probably wouldn't be doing as much social media as I'm doing today without TikTok. So TikTok has done a lot for me, and right, I have a very vested interest in the future of TikTok. And so at the date of this recording, January 22nd, the TikTok ban is technically signed into law. If you look at the app stores, Android, iOS, you'll notice that TikTok, CapCut, Lemonade, they're no longer on the App Store. You can't download them. And that's because the law that went into effect on January 19th, is a law that bans all of those apps in the United States. However, President Trump, when he took office a couple days ago, signed an executive order to essentially extend the TikTok ban for another 75 days. And so President Trump does not have the authority to get rid of the TikTok ban, right? He doesn't have the power to do that, right? There's 3 branches of our government, and Trump is in the executive branch. He cannot just simply say that this law is going to go away. He doesn't have the power. It's already been ruled by the Supreme Court. It's already been passed by Congress. The law is a law in the United States. So the only thing Trump can do is extend the law and extend the ban for. So what he did with his executive order, and from the research that I've gathered, is that he has extended the ban for 75 days. And basically, he didn't extend it. What he did was he basically told like the Attorney General of the United States and the people who uphold, the people who enforce the law and the fines on the companies that are running TikTok and allowing TikTok to operate. He has basically said that for the next 75 days you can continue to let TikTok operate and you won't get hit with any fines or penalties for doing so. So not just for the 70 days, and basically it's saying that they can't the Attorney General can't go back 75 days and fine those companies, because the fines are like in the billions of dollars for a lot of these companies like Oracle, right? Apple, technically not Apple, but the companies that are servicing TikTok to allow it to operate in the United States can continue to do so without basically having any fines. So within that 75-day period, TikTok can either divest itself to a U.S. company, selling the entirety of its company to a U.S.-owned company, or as Trump states, he wants to have the U.S. own 50% of TikTok.
Wait, I think the U.S. should be entitled to get half of TikTok, and congratulations, TikTok has a good partner.
And TikTok on the other 50%. Who the hell knows what the hell is going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. That's kind of the state of TikTok where it's at now. So we have like 73 days or so to see what's going to happen. There is talk that Congress and them are probably going to try to repeal this or appeal the executive order. Again, I don't know. All this stuff's speculation. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. But it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with TikTok. Not only as a content creator, but as a seller on the platform. Luckily for myself, and I try to, and I'm hoping people who watch this, who follow me on other social media platforms. By the way, I'm on Instagram as well, Dancyn 3D Prints. I try to tell people in my Skool community, you know, that you should take this time to not put all your eggs in one basket. So there's a lot of people who sell only on TikTok, right, and not other platforms. I think this is the perfect time for people who are doing that to venture out into other platforms, into finding other means of selling their 3D prints, whether it's in person, online, doing B2B, etc. I think it's going to be an interesting time. I personally don't think TikTok's going to go away, but if it does, right, you need to be ready to adapt to the situation, create your own website, sell on other platforms like Amazon or Etsy, whatnot. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, for the time being, I'll still be posting on TikTok. I'll still be using the platform and consuming content. I think it's a great platform for that, and I still use it for inspiration to come out with new and interesting products to put on the market. Yeah, that was just my thoughts on TikTok and kind of the current state of where it's at. And yeah, just looking back and reflecting on what the platform has done for me. It's been a fun ride, and we'll see where it goes from there. All right, thanks for watching.